Welcome to my show, Interruptis. This is season 4. Unfortunately, more stories of dating gone wrong. This episode is called DangerHouse. So I just came back just now, ran in with my scooter from a date. A guy that I was talking to, he reached out to me right before I went to Hawaii. And I said, could we just meet up or talk when I get back from Hawaii? He said yes. And it seemed like he was going to be promising. He had 2 cats and 1 cat that was like 14 years old. So I really was feeling the cats. Didn't have any kids, never married, little bit of a red flag there. If you're 47 almost and never kids, never married. At any rate, whatever, he was mixed. Like me, said there was the breakdown was a little confusing, like a mixture of black and white and I don't know what else. So it seemed like we could be like potentially a physical match. He agreed to meet me over by the carousel at Seaport Village. I got there unfortunately like 10 minutes late, but I let him know like I'm on my way. And then when I got there, he wasn't there. And I'm like, are you here? He's like, oh, I'm just walking over. And I'm like, I thought you were here already. And then he got there. I was like, I thought you were here. He's like, oh, I was waiting in my car. And I was like, but it's a nice day out. And he's like, well, I have my phone batteries and the credit card and whatever. So that just started kind of weird. And then he seemed nice. And he was very friendly. He hugged me. Like I could tell he definitely was feeling the way I looked, just kind of the way he was looking at me and everything. And everything seemed to be fine. He was a DJ. That concerned me because there's certain categories you never date. You never date bartenders, pilots, or DJs. And so he said he doesn't really DJ much anymore, like maybe 4 times a year. His name is Danger. Like his real legal name was Danger. And he happened to DJ house music. So anyways, I said something about this plan that I might want to move to Spain in case this country goes to hell in a handbasket. Now, I'm sorry, but I am part of the LGBTQ crew. I'm an ally. I'm also considered pansexual, and my best friend is trans, and she's amazing. And so I'm sorry if you don't like it. But no, I'm not sorry if you don't like it. I support LGBTQ crew and I'm part of it. And so I said this country might be going to hell in a handbasket, and if it does, I want an escape route. He said, oh, it's not going to change that much for people. I'm like, what are you talking about? They just removed all transgender people's names from like this, like, come on, like things are changing now. What are you talking about that people's lives are not changing? And he said, well, you know, when people go pushing an agenda, then it makes other people not like it, and then they want to shut it down. And if, you know, if the gays and if the trans, like yeah, I'm cool with them, everyone should do what they want, but you know, if you go out there and are pushing the agenda, then people are going to have an opinion, and otherwise they wouldn't know about it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, and he's like, well, laws don't change the way people think. And I said, yes, they do. And so I was just like not liking at all what he was saying. And then he starts talking, and I said, can we talk about something else? And he kept going on about it and said, well, if I decide to work at that restaurant, you know, everyone needs to have rules. And if I decide I want to have shorts, but I want to be me and have my balls hanging out, I'm like, wait, you're comparing something that is profanity with somebody expressing who they are, identity. That's not the same. And he's like, well, yeah, I came out with an outlandish example. I said, then you don't have a leg to stand on with that argument. And you know what? I did say I wanted to talk about something else. And so he like tried to, but I already was like, I don't know about this guy, because he kind of sounds like black or white kind of bigot. And I also was like, he's like, well, you got to keep your head down. If you want to be different, you got to accept the consequences. And as a mixed person, I don't care for that. I don't care for somebody, especially from another mixed person, telling me to keep my head down. And so he was trying, and the more he tried to explain himself, the worse it got. And I was like, don't you think if they say gay marriage is not legal, that's going to change people's lives? People who want to get married will have to, what if they have to go to another country to, what if You know, like there are implications of these things. And it doesn't matter. As soon as I said, I'm uncomfortable with the conversation, can we change the topic? He should have. Well, at that point, a couple of people roll over. This one lady's like, Danger, hi. And she knew him. And so they gave each other a hug, and he's like, oh, I didn't know you have a baby. And he starts saying hi to the baby. And I'm just sitting there. And then the woman's like, Danger, this is my husband, such and such. And then he's like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And I'm sitting there, and they both look at me, and they're like, and then they introduce themselves to me because it was that awkward. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Sam. And then they walked away, and he sat down. I'm like, you're not going to introduce me to your friends? And he's like, sorry, I didn't know she had a baby. I'm like, that doesn't change anything. Like, even if we were just friends, the way you just got up and completely ignored me and didn't say, this is Sam, or hey, this is my friend such and such. Like, you didn't have to even use any title. Like, I didn't say that part. I just said, I didn't like that. And he's like, sorry. Like, he knew that was not okay. He knew it was disrespectful. And the whole beginning of the date, I went on this diatribe about people being disrespectful. And I was like, all right, well, yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for giving it a shot. He's like, that's it? I'm like, that's it. Yeah, that wasn't okay. And he's like, okay. I said, well, thanks. Good luck to you. And he said, yeah, you too. And so, wow, just... You know, people don't have basic manners, common courtesy. That's how this starts. You're not going to introduce me when people come over. You could have just said, this is Sam. We're like, oh my God, these idiots. Thanks for letting me process. Oh yeah, that was DangerHouse because he played house music and his name was Danger. Oh.